Hello everyone, welcome to Life Science with Veena and Biolingo series. Today we are going to see the difference between hemostasis, coagulation, agglutination and clotting. Let us see one by one. So if you talk about hemostasis, hemo is blood, stasis is stop. Hemostasis is a complete process of stopping bleeding in which the blood bleeding stops completely. Now, this process involves basically three major steps. The first one is vasoconstriction, the second one is platelet plug formation, third one is coagulation or clotting. So, the first one is vasoconstriction, in which the blood vessels at the site of injury get narrows down. In case of second step, the platelet plug will form, the aggregate will form like this. In the third step, the fibrin clot will stabilize the plug which is formed in the earlier stage. That is called as coagulation or clotting, in which the actual blood clot will form. So, hemostasis is overall a protective mechanism whenever there is injury to the cell in at that time. In order to stop the over excess bleeding, hemostasis occurs. So hemo is blood and stasis is stopping of blood. So hemostasis is stopping blood loss. Now let us understand what do you mean by the term coagulation or clotting. So coagulation is a chemical process that involves multiple clotting factors like thromboplastin or prothrombin or thrombin or fibrinogen, fibrin, etc. So it involves different clotting factors which produce the fibrin threads, and it happens during the coagulation cascade. There are two pathways for coagulation which are also called as clotting pathways, extrinsic and intrinsic pathway. So here you can see there is a involvement of multiple protein factors which are responsible for the coagulation process. So it's a chemical process, right? Wherein the thromboplastin gets activated, calcium is involved, and prothrombin gets converted to thrombin, and thrombin helps in the conversion of fibrinogen to fibrin, and then the clot will form. So it's a biochemical reaction. And clotting, it is a last product of or the end product of coagulation. It is the actual formation of blood clot, and it is which is a final visible outcome of the injury. So keyword over here you have to remember is it's a process of physical clot formation, clotting or coagulation. So first coagulation will occur and then clotting will occur. Now let us understand what is agglutination. Students often confuse with this. So clumping of the cells, there is not a fibrin thread like formation or clot formation. There will be a cell aggregation or clumping of the cells. It happens due to antigen and antibody reaction. A very common example or classical example that you have studied is blood group testing. uh, when incompatible blood group mix, at that time you can see the clotting. And RBCs, that is red blood cells, will clump together. So here there is no clot is not getting formed. There is no clot or thread-like structure which is forming. There is clumping or aggregation of cells. So it is not same as blood clotting. And here you have to remember it is cell clumping, no fibrin clot formation. And clotting is fibrin clot formation. Here you can see A blood group is showing the aggregation here with antibody A, antigen antibody reaction has occurred. In case of B, it will show with anti B antibody. AB, it will show with both. O is not shown over here. So this is agglutination, cell aggregation. Okay, clumping of cell. Let us summarize it up. So hemostasis is entire process of blood clotting to stop the bleeding. Coagulation is a chemical clotting pathway where is formation of fibrin thread occurs. Clotting is the formation of clot, which is a visible clot. Agglutination, which is a cell clumping or aggregation of cell, which is a antigen antibody reaction commonly seen during blood group detection. So this is all about hemostasis, coagulation, clotting and agglutination. Hope you have understood the difference, and it will help you in understanding these terminologies in the better way. So let us summarize it, and let us see the summary that fits into the memory. So coagulation and clotting are related, but agglutination is altogether different. It is a cell aggregation, and hemostasis includes them all. So, or you can remember in that way, hemostasis is a whole process, that is coagulation and clotting. Coagulation is chemistry, clotting is the result, and agglutination is a cell clumping or aggregation. Remember in that way. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned with Biolingo and like, share and subscribe to Life Science with Veena. Thank you.